Hey everyone, welcome back to the garage. Today we're going to finish up the cab corner replacements. Doing the same thing we did on the other side, where we're going to move this radius over to there to match up with the frame. Should move at a lot better pace this go around because we've done this once. I still have this piece from the other side. That's going to tell me how much I need to cut out in the middle. And we don't have to go as high on this side because we're not dealing with the gas filler. So that's where we're headed. After we get this done here today, my next step is going to be to pull the cab up, and where this comes down through, we need to make patch panels that match up from this to the floor. So that's going to be the next step. While I got the cab up, I'm going to finish welding everything with the tunnel, any of the floor pans that I've swapped out, and do the seam sealing, paint that, hit the frame real quick, and then do the firewall, and then we can mount the cab to be pretty well permanent. Shouldn't really have to pull the cab back off, so I want to get all this taken care of so that we can keep moving forward. So enough talking, let's get started. Just like on the other side, what we're going to do is cut this panel square over to there, cut it down like that, cut this out, remove this section, move this over, cut that around, and that's how that gets placed in there. Last time I measured from this dimple in the back panel there. We're going to do the same thing this time to measure over to find a straight line down. We're going to go off the top. That seems to be square, and that'll get us the line here. The other one, we're just going to go square off this side edge here, and that will get us the straight across there. We'll cut those two, section this down, and like I said, I still got that piece. So I can get these perfectly the same by using that measurement on how much to take out here. So mark that all up and get it going. Just like we did on the other side, this stamped lip's too big. I'm going to mark that the same way I did on the other side, where I just use a washer. Put that in there to find my distance. And scribe right around. This is all cut. That fits just like it did on the other one. Got a little issue right there. Move that back, but overall not a huge deal there. So we'll clean this up, tack all that in, then we'll cut this next section that'll go right there to finish this round over on the section we need to replace. After that, we should be able to get a rough idea of where it needs to go on the truck, cut it down, weld it into the truck. got this radius moved over and tacked in all along there. This here I did a little bit different, knowing what I was coming up against with the first side, or what we came up against on the first side. I knew a little bit better, so I changed the way that that came in to that piece to where it's just a little fold over. That was much easier this time, so it wasn't really too far off on that. So the only thing I really got left is to put in this little section here to get us away from where this radius before and continue an arch. So cut that little piece out of there, and then we'll tack that in, and then we'll start fitting it on the cab. Alright, moving right along. I got that all booger welded together. Just need to grind that down, and that portion of it is done. After looking at it, I remembered about this quality made in Taiwan panel. That is off again, so we do have to hammer that out flat again on this side, and then we'll hammer it back down. That worked pretty well on the driver's side, so we're going to replicate that on the passenger side. After I grind that, hit that, I think we will be ready to try and piece this on the truck. Got it all cleaned up. Got that piece hammered relatively flat. We're going to beat it around the door jamb when we get to that point, so we'll take care of that when we get there, but looks pretty good. Okay, I think that's going to do it for me for today. Those spot welds just take a really long time to do that. Being that it's a 3-day weekend, I want to spend some time outside of this garage doing some other things here for it. So we'll jump back into it next week, getting that actually tacked up to the cab. I was hoping to get that done today, but those tack welds are just tedious. You know, they just eat up a lot of time. So see you next week, where we continue on with the battle of the cab corner.